My name is Betsy Gomez Sosa, and this is my DoVA artwork. I chose to submit this one because my dog means a lot to me, and so does my home. It's where I rest at the end of the day and get to see my family. So that's part of the reason, or the main reason, I chose this art piece. I would say it took me a good 15 hours. I was so focused on adding detail and trying to make it as realistic as I could. To me as a student, this opportunity gets to show my creativity and how far I've made it as a beginner because I wasn't always such a good drawer or painter up to this point.
Hi, I'm Ali Moran Mercado, and this is my piece. The first two painting pieces were from last winter quarter and for my painting class. They were both separate themes. So the fruits one was like basically about like a strange like sight of like fruits and like unusual like positions, I guess. And I couldn't think of like a great idea for like something like weird or like too unusual. So like one day when I was like in the kitchen thinking of an idea, I thought of maybe like two limes like on top of like a banana and kind of making like a bicycle shape-esque. It's not too crazy, like weird, but it's definitely unusual. And then for the painting, my landscape painting, it was inspired by this picture I took while I was in Japan, like I want to say 2 years ago now.
My name is Bren Baker, and this is my piece. My first piece, it's an etching, and it's pretty much just kind of like how I perceive myself through society. So, yeah. And then my second piece is also a social protest piece about women's place in society. The etching is like a process of taking a piece of plexiglass and then using a knife to carve into the glass, getting ink, rubbing the ink into what you carved, and then taking paper, like a really thin piece of paper, rubbing the excess ink off, and you put the etching through the press with paper on top, and it prints the etching onto the paper. I guess it's just fun and exciting. This is like the first time I've actually had like a professor like Kaio kind of believe in my art essentially. And so having, or I guess being able to be in a process like this is just fun.
Hi, I'm Olivia DeLong, and this is my piece. For this one, our assignment was to do a social protest. So I decided to do mental health. And so each color represents a different mental health struggle. The pink one is just like the brain. The red one is ADHD. The green one is depression, and the blue one is ADD. I think just like myself or like seeing people growing up around a lot of mental health, I think it's something that should be like, you know, a topic that everybody talks about. And I wanted to show that like through art, but also like not making it so much like you look at it and you're like mental health. It's kind of just like an art piece. Like I kind of wanted to capture that instead of like a negative connotation around it, like, I guess.